Yes, hello everybody. Welcome back once again to the Dynasty Hotseat. It's the only Dynasty show out there that is a certified inferno. We're back. We're live once again with this. I think this is episode 30. I think this is the 30th one of these we've done. It's rebuilding the worst Dynasty team you've ever seen in your life. It's real bad. You'll see in a minute when we pull up the squad, although we've done a pretty good job. And you'll notice I'm saying we. It's because that involves the amazing Dynasty Hot Seat community helping out fix this team. I don't do anything myself unless it's something I can't get to a camera to ask you guys about. It's really all about you. You leave comments. You let me know what you think should be done to fix this team, and I'll go and I'll send out the offers. I'll make the moves, and I'll try my very best to do that. We've made a couple of excellent moves since the start of the season to improve this team, but we got a hell of a long way to go. Hell of a long way to go. Welcome to the party. If you are new, please consider leaving a like, a subscribe, but most importantly, leave a comment. What do you think we should be doing? Either if you're watching live right now or you're watching after the fact, please leave a comment saying, hey, Mags, this is what we need to do to fix this team. I don't think anyone said, go out and buy this player, consider selling this player, go and target this specific thing or try and do this. I'd love to hear it. We need all the help that we can get. Caliber in the chat watching live. Great to see you, mate. We got a lot to catch up on, and I've got some potential targets that we can go after as well in this episode because we gotta keep building. Let's catch up on how we did last week. Man, we did pretty well last week, We did pretty well. But Wanty, as we expected, crushed us. 191 on the week from Wanty with his epic team. We scored 117, which for this team, pretty good. Pretty good. Mac Jones got us 5 points in the end. Dalvin Cook, the team mascot, didn't get a single carry, unfortunately. I think they even went with Deuce Vaughn over Dalvin Cook. I mean, Dalvin, we've hung on to him for so long, but it might be time for even me to say Dalvin might be cooked, literally, in name and in performance as well. P. Ryan caught 2 passes, not doing too much. Noah Brown didn't do too much. Oh, by the way, if you're watching and you're new, this is not us tanking. This is literally the best squad we can put out. This isn't like, you're not going to scroll down and see CMC on the bench. You're not going to see any kind of elite wide receiver hiding out in the taxi squad. This is literally the best we can do. So when I say worst team ever, I mean it. This is awful. This is awful. This is an orphan team that it took on, and we're trying to help fix, and it desperately needs it. Brian Thomas Jr., he got us 13 points. He's been great for us. That's one of the trades that we made to acquire Dalton Schultz. Pretty good job picking up 10 points. T. Higgins smashing it, 29.8 points. He's someone I think we could sell on to get a huge haul as well. Or, I mean, we don't have to sell T. Higgins. T. Higgins is young enough that he is still, a pretty good asset. He's only 25 years old. So he's not someone that we should be absolutely desperate to sell. But if the right offer comes in, of course, we'll think about selling T. Higgins, but he's young enough to help this team for many years to come. Nick Westbrook-Akeen, shout out Paul Pickin. If you watch live last week, Paul said Nick Westbrook-Akeen's going for a touchdown. And did he ever? That touchdown, what was that, 98 yards? That was good enough to score 19 points for our team. It was looking pretty good, but, I mean, you can just see Wanty had Amon-Ra St. Brown. He had David Njoku, who had a big week. He had DK Metcalf, who did pretty well. We had Xavier Worthy, who crushed it as well with that touchdown. Excellent work on the carries as well. He's starting to warm up, which is great to see. Cooper Rush, hey, he didn't suck. He didn't get minus points. We'll take the 17 from Cooper Rush. That's not bad moving forward. Drake May, though, he outscored him, unfortunately. It was Amon-Ra St. Brown really crushed us. Breece Hall really crushed us. And Tua had a good week. Wanty with 191. That was the high score on the week. We would have won some matches with our 117, but it was not to be. We're going up against Bills Mafia. We are predicted to get 52 points, but we still have to set the lineup. So hopefully that prediction will move up. Let's slide over to the chat and let's see the kind of deals that have happened. Now, as you know, this time last week, we agreed to snap up Marshawn Lloyd and Trey Benson for a 2026 second round pick. That is not our pick. That is important because our pick will be high. It is not our pick, not ours. So it won't be 201, almost certainly 201 anyway, based on the way things are going. And 2 third round picks. Not always the best idea to buy running backs in a rebuild. However, we got to get a bit different with this team because there's so much work to be done. I am hoping that at least one of these guys will become a starter in the near future, and then we can flip that and try and make a profit on the second and 2/3, which I think we can do. I think that deal was too good to turn down for those 2 young rookies. So pretty happy with that. That trade went through. AJ Barner got picked up by Nathaniel. Nick Mullins, interestingly, also got picked up by Nathaniel. And then we seen the weekly report. Worst manager was Nomad. Oh, you hate to see it, don't you? You hate to see it. Biggest blowout we were involved in, unfortunately. The lowest scorer, Pitcairn, we would have beat him. We would have won that matchup, but unfortunately, not able to get there. And then you can see all of the rewards. Tommy DeVito, he was someone I put a bid in for. I did not put a bid in for 150 fab, though. So we missed out, sadly, on Tommy DeVito. We got outbid there. Don't know how relevant DeVito will be. He would have been a nice pickup, but we got outbid. I mean, that must be the rest of Nathaniel's fab that he played up for him. Chris Brooks, Damian Pierce. Wow. I mean, if you cast your eyes back to 2023 and 2022 especially, Damian Pierce was a viable fantasy option. Goodbye. He's been dropped. Maybe someone we pick up? I'm not sure. Maybe. Odell Beckham Jr. also being dropped. I mean, the guy's 32. He's not been viable at all. Yeah, I don't know if he's worth picking up. But if you want, let us know. I did message Pitcairn a few times. I tagged him there as well, saying offer. It was 2 weeks old. CA Buckeye, I was having the same issues. He's been busy at work in all leagues. That's fine. Hopefully all's good with Pitcairn. He has politely declined our trade offer for Jackson Smith and Jigba, if you remember from a few weeks ago. So we're fresh out of trades that are opened up. Well, how much fab do you get in that league? I think it's like 500 maybe. I don't know, maybe. I'm not too sure. We don't have an awful lot left. We spent quite a lot of our fab as you can imagine, trying to pick up players off the waiver wire. Eric, nice to see you, Eric, by the way. I looked at Pierce my rebuild as well. Not sure about that. Yeah, I'm not sure, Eric. We've got some people that we could drop, though. So let's go ahead. Let's have a look at the team then for next week. We are playing up against Bills Mafia, who has a losing record. There is a chance we can win this. 125 is his predicted score, which is something I believe this team can get to. In terms of where we are in the league, we are 2-9. We are bottom, as we kind of expected. Yeah, we've got 227 left in the waivers. Yeah, 500, I think, is the waiver total. So we could have technically won that bid for DeVito, but I didn't want to spend too much on a guy that's maybe only going to play one game and then get dropped for Drew Lock. So I don't think that's quite worth it. I would love to not finish last year since, I mean, this team is so bad. We don't even have the picks for our first or second round this year. So we may as well try and finish not last, but who knows? Let's go ahead and set the team and go from there. Mac Jones, he's on a bye. So let's slot Cooper Rush up into our quarterback slot, which is great for everyone, right? Dalvin Cook, the team mascot, I don't think we got Trey Benson. Let's put in Trey Benson. There's a chance he's been being used a little bit more in this offense as weeks go by. You can see, look, his snap percentage going from 776 to almost up at 30%. You can see here he ended up with 10 carries against the Jets. Hopefully after the bye, he can get a little bit more involved and we can see some instant returns from Trey Benson. Samaje Perine still in there. I think he's probably the best bet. Clyde Edwards-Helaire probably droppable at this stage, to be honest. Probably droppable. Noah Brown's in there. Brian Thomas Jr., that crushes us a little bit. He's on a bye. T. Higgins also on a bye. We might not have a chance. Nah, not gonna lie. Let's get Xavier Worthy up there. He's definitely someone we want to start. We need to swap out T. Higgins and Brian Thomas Jr. So here are the options. Kendrick Bourne came back and I believe scored a touchdown, if I recall. So he could be a good option now. He's feeling a bit healthier. Juju Smith-Schuster was back, but obviously DeAndre Hopkins kind of kills any kind of value he has. Noah Fant could have a good game against Arizona if he plays as well. I'm inclined to, and we also have Darius Slayton, but we don't know what's going to happen with that quarterback situation. I'm inclined to say for now, Kendrick Bourne and Noah Fant in here. But please, if you're watching live, drop a comment. Who do you think we should be popping in instead? Khalif Raymond is there as an option. Juju is there. We could play. Tucker is in there against that pretty strong Denver defense. However, I can only predict that if I'm Denver, I'm putting Pat Surtain on Brock Bowers. So that should leave more opportunities for Trey Tucker and for Jacoby Myers. So Trey Tucker could be a guy that we decide to slot in instead of a Noah Fant, a Nick Westbrook-Akeen, who's playing lights out, fair play to him, or a Kendrick Bourne. That could be something that we could do instead. Interesting. Let me know what you think. Jamie, welcome back, Jamie. Good to see you, mate. What do you think about this? Should we be playing Trey Tucker? I'm not 100% sure. Eric asking, it's funny, this team and my team started with similar names. Yeah. Took over a team after the guy no-showed for the 24 draft with a 101 and auto-picked an IDP player. That's brutal. That's brutal. How did it auto-pick an IDP player? That is absolutely crushing to a team, unless you got really lucky and ended up with someone like a Travis Hunter. But yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible, Eric. Hopefully your rebuild's going well. And any hints and tips, Eric, from your rebuild that we can put into this team would be greatly appreciated. So yeah, drop a comment and I'll circle back to this and we'll see who should we put. Oh, in fact, actually, Mac Jones is in the super flex, so I suppose we'll chuck in Trey Tucker because we don't have a quarterback. I don't believe. No, because Spencer Rattler's out. And yeah, I don't think we have anyone else that we can put in a quarterback. No one's in that taxi squad. No. Dorian Thompson-Robinson isn't going to play. I think he's still worth holding on to for now, at least anyway. For now. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's check out this waiver wire, shall we? Let's see. Week 12. Most points predicted. Currently, Trey Palmer. How's Trey Palmer been doing? Poorly, I suppose. Poorly. Not a lot of targets. And that's worrying because there's not a lot of people to throw to. And Trey Palmer still can't carve out a role. Robert Woods in there. Again, not much going on. Robert Woods, older player. Zacchaeus. We've had Zacchaeus. We dropped Zacchaeus. You know. Oliver in there. I think he had one huge week recently, didn't he? Yeah, he had a couple of big enough weeks. But TJ Hawkinson's back now. I don't predict Oliver being too fantasy relevant. Odell Beckham Jr. is a name. But he's done nothing. 3 targets, 2 targets, 4 targets. That's probably not helping us. Is he going to retire at the end of the season? I would if I were him, but, you know, he loves money, so why not keep playing? I'm not seeing anything here, team. I'm not seeing anything that really really helps us at all. In terms of running backs, Dameon Pierce, like we mentioned earlier, he is there. 24-year-old running back. Could end up on another team, maybe. We could pick up Dameon Pierce and drop a guy like Clyde Edwards-Helaire because, I mean, is Clyde Edwards-Helaire going to play again? I don't know. But I suppose you're kind of dropping one has been for another there. So it's quite tricky. Erickson, not sure. I like my trades. Traded away Evan for Kincaid, traded QJ for Connor and Connor for Rice. That's a really nice trade. And D-Hop for a second. Yep. I like my picks, but the average age, obviously, yeah. Yeah, it's hard. Unless you have like literally the same players, it is quite tricky. Yeah, let me know, anyone in the chat. Should we pick up Dameon Pierce? Should we pick up any of these guys? I'm not overly inspired. Let's see who's the best player on the season that's still available. Who's the best player? Jacoby Brissett, we've had and dropped. This is interesting. Treylon Burks. I think he's worth a stash. Because second-year player, was a first-round pick. Obviously, there's a lot of talent there coming out of college. He is injured. He's a big, strong, physical back. Maybe someone will take a chance on him outside of Tennessee. I do think that Treylon Burks is maybe worth stashing, just in case he gets another role somewhere. Now, in terms of who we would pick him up for, he's also on injured reserve, which is quite nice, because we can kind of just chuck him on IR. In terms of who we could drop, Dalvin Cook, I do have to say, we might be able to drop Dalvin at this stage. KJ Osborne is certainly droppable as well. In fact, that might be the pick. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, obviously, we spoke about as well. Could be a droppable asset, but KJ Osborne, I think, is the name that stands out to me. That stands out to me there, really. Let's have a look. I'm guessing the young Cowboys tight end is gone. Let's have a little check and just double check before we do any bids for Treylon Burks there. Yeah, I'm not seeing him here. Let's see. Well, he might not be in there for the season stats, will he? He might be in the week 7 or 8. Where are we? Oh my goodness. Anyone ever tried to use Sleeper on a laptop before, by the way? Just infuriating, right? Just absolutely infuriating. Yeah, I don't see him. I'm not seeing him anywhere here. Yeah. No, I'm not seeing the young Cowboy. What is his name again? Let's see. Cook's on the Cowboys, right? Shoemaker. Who are you talking about? Young Cowboys? Are you talking about John Stevens or Brevin Spanford? Which one? John Stevens is on IR. Jake Ferguson's obviously not going to be there. Brevin Spanford? Oh, yeah. He did quite well last week, didn't he? Is he on a team? Oh, maybe he's not, He's not. All right. Let's waiver him then, shall we? Let's go ahead. I assume you're talking about Brevin Spanford, are you? Or Schoonmaker, that guy. Hey, this guy caught four passes, though. Oh, Luke Schoonmaker. He's definitely going to be on a roster. Yeah, he's on Pitcairn's roster. But he got 10. Wow. What about this guy? Spanford caught a sneaky 5. All right. He's an interesting guy to maybe keep an eye out for as well. That could be an interesting one. But again, it's who do we drop here? Who do we drop? So I spoke about, I'm just going to check KJ Osborne. What is his? Oh, he's a healthy scratch at the minute. Yeah. We can definitely go to Osborne. I think it's definitely worth taking a punt on good old Treylon Burks, because we can stick him right in IR as well, which is quite nice as well. So let's drop KJ Osborne. Make a waiver bid for Treylon Burks. He's been there for a while, I think. So hopefully no one's going to outbid us on that one. So let's just put in case someone else bids 0. Let's stick 1 on it just to make sure. I don't see anyone putting in a big bid for him. Then, yeah, we could go ahead and try and make a bid for that young Cowboys tight end if we wanted. But I mean, yeah, Damian Pierce is the other one that we talked about. All right, let me know, guys. Let me know in the chat. You see anyone that you think we should go after in particular here? Any kind of rookies available? Even any rookies here that we do quite like? Rookie free agents: Carson Steele, Jason McLennan. Basically, no. Tip Ryman people were excited about, right? But he's not done too much at all. Flournoy people were excited about. All right. I'm not seeing much there. At all. Let me know what you think. Caliber, what you saying? But I traded Rich for JJ McCarthy, Jonathan Brooks, and a 25, 3rd, and 4th in a 10-team QB non-superflex. Okay, so it's must start 2 QB. Rebuilding team with 3 firsts and 4 seconds this year. Yes. And you have Daniels and Drake May. Yeah. I mean, Jonathan Brooks is a guy I think people are too low on at the minute. I think he could come in, and if we've seen Chuba Hubbard do so well, Jonathan Brooks is flat out a better player than Chuba Hubbard pre-injury. So hopefully he can come back and show us what he can do, and the injury hasn't affected him too much. JJ McCarthy. Man, we've seen Sam Darnold, who has been terrible his entire career, come in and run that offense. That offense seems to be just super friendly, super kind to quarterbacks. So hopefully JJ McCarthy can come in and show that he's able to run that offense smoothly as well. So I think that's a really nice trade for you. Keep an eye on Ferguson's health status for sure. For sure, it might be worth. We'll keep an eye out for that young guy as well. See what he does this week. And maybe we might pick him up. Good buy low on Brooks. I thought I agree. Tell you what, you know what? I'm writing down Brooks. I'm writing down Jonathan Brooks as well, because we could sneak a wee bit in for him too. And I also have some other names. I've got some other names recently on the. If you listen to the Fantasy Wildcard Dynasty show, I'm one of the co-hosts over there. I kind of looked at this week. Whose dynasty value has fallen the most this year? And could they be sneaky candidates to buy for your rebuilding teams? So the quarterback whose value has fallen the most, as I'm sure you could predict, Dak Prescott. His value has fallen the most. So we're going to go ahead and try and buy Dak Prescott. We're going to go ahead on Caliber's recommendation to try and buy Jonathan Brooks. The wide receiver whose value has dropped the most is Michael Pittman Jr. We're going to try and buy him. The running back is Travis Etienne. We might put a cheeky bid in for Travis Etienne. The tight end is Mark Andrews. I'm not sure that's going to work at the minute because his value is creeping up again, but we can maybe have a little look. So any other bargain buys on the top of anyone's head, leave a little comment and we'll have a little look and see. So let's start off with who's at the top of my list. Jonathan Brooks. Let's see who's got. This happens every goddamn week. This happens every single week. If you don't know, this guy, Nomad, is that Darth Vader helmet? May as well be Anakin Skywalker, post-surgery. This guy is the devil. He basically went missing in action for 3 months, was called out for it, and then tried to gaslight everyone in the league saying, I've been active. What are you talking about? Just a dick. basically reached out saying, look, chatted through and I said, look, hopefully we can draw a line under it and we can just continue to do deals. He sent a message basically saying, don't bother, but he deleted it. But you can still see the snippet preview on Sleeper, so I know you sent it. And he deleted it because you're a little bitch. So, yeah, we're not doing deals with that guy, unfortunately. So, yeah, sad. That's how I'm feeling as well now, mate. Like, just, yeah, obviously was going to be him. DJ Moore could be a sneaky buy. Yeah, let's get DJ Moore a little look at as well, shall we? Let's see. Better than dealing with a literal used car. So yeah, he's he's not great. He's not great. He's the worst. Let's have a look. Michael Pittman Jr., right? Now, this is an interesting one because I think he might get traded just the way he's being used. I think he's a very talented wide receiver. So we could go in. His value has been so bad. He's like wide receiver 50 or something at the minute on this season. So I think we can go in and look, we've got loads of fourth round picks here, which we can just chuck in to make the deal look better. I have a funny feeling that we can give up Sean M. No, Saitama's second round pick in 2026. And then like maybe some of these Sean M's fourth. I think we could get Michael Pittman for a second round pick and then just chuck a fourth in to make it look nicer. I think that might be a possibility just because of how much his value has fallen. So unless there's any huge objections, I think that's a pretty good deal to go and send. Second round pick in 2026. We've got picks to burn as well. We might not have any firsts this year, but we got a hell of a lot of picks. We got thirds and fourths and seconds coming out of our ears. So because of the roster limit, we kind of have to, we got to go ahead and spend a lot of them. So Caleb, you're in agreement. That's good enough for me, mate. I'm sending over the trade. I'm sending it. Let's fire that across. Hopefully we can get a little nibble on that for Michael Pittman Jr. Let's have a look. Thoughts on Christian Kirk? He's had a funny season, right? He had a great year not so long ago. This year, he's obviously hurt now, right? What age is Christian Kirk? Oh, Lurk. Who's that? Christian Kirk. Let's see. He's on a Salmo's roster. Christian Kirk, he was going to be traded. Wow. The Steelers were looking to get him. He's 28, so he's right on the edge, isn't he? He's right on the edge. I still think it's worth throwing out a cheeky bid for Christian Kirk. Like, again, let's chuck in a fourth because, we got fourths coming out our ears. And a third? Can we get him for a third and a fourth? I'd be delighted if we could. I think that's good value on Christian Kirk. So a third and a fourth. He's 28 coming off an injury. A third and a fourth for a guy that not so long ago was a wide receiver one that they're trying to trade. I mean, I think we can get that value back. A third and a fourth round pick for Christian Kirk. None of these picks are ours, so they're not going to be, the 1-1 or the 3-1 or whatever that is. I think that's pretty good for Christian Kirk. Chris entering the chat. Good to see you, mate. We're trying to buy Christian Kirk, Chris. We got a third and a fourth cheeky offer sending out for him. I think that's about right. The fourth round pick is basically irrelevant because we have a million of them. So I think it just looks a little bit better than that third. The third would be rejected. Chuck that fourth on. Let's see if we can get Christian Kirk for a third and a fourth. I like that deal. So we tried Brooks. He was obviously on Nomad's team because that's just the way things go. We've put a bid in for Pittman. Travis Etienne. Let's have a look. You are absolutely fucking joking me. This is like any statisticians in the chat, tell me, what are the odds that I would say 50% of the players recommended and suggested by people all end up on this guy's team? It's a 12-man league. And honestly, I think 50% of the recommendations are on this guy's. What are the odds on that? What are the odds? Any statisticians, right? Any statistician? Nomad strikes again. Yeah, you're right. Again. Caliber's running off. Good luck, mate. Yes. Enjoy the rest of your day, pal. And yeah, we'll catch up soon. I'm sure. Yeah. Can't get ETN either. Damn. I wonder one episode should we just like spam Nomad's inbox with offers for players. I'm thinking 10 to 12 players. And we'll just get all those trades out the way. And we'll just spam his inbox and just let him ignore them for 3 months. That might be a little, Dynasty Hotseat special edition episode, right? Christmas special. How about that? We'll do a Christmas special where we just spam Nomad's inbox with offers. What an absolute treat that would be. Dak Prescott. Is he on Nomad's team? No, he's on Wanty's team. Right. Wanty is good to deal with. Dak is injured. What can we do? He's got 3 starting quarterbacks already. Let's flip him Cooper Rush. Because there's a chance he's a Cowboys fan. Maybe he's like, I like that Cowboys offense. That's why I've drafted Dak. Cooper Rush, he might be happy for him to fill in. Now, we are going to need to burn a first-round pick to get Dak, for sure. So let's do Nomad's 2026 first, which will be late. Let's leave it there. All right? Cooper Rush at a first for Dak Prescott. That would be a great deal if we got it. Wanties and win not. I mean, he might not. But Dak isn't going to be playing for the rest of the season. Let's put that out there and see if we can get a counter from Wanty on that Dak Prescott deal. Because he'd be great to add to our team. Dak Prescott, is he even 30 yet? He's 31. So still loads left in the tank for a quarterback. DJ Moore was the other suggestion. So let's see. DJ Moore. He's also on Wanty's team. Is he having a bad year? He is having a bad year. He is. Now, if we were going to trade DJ Moore, what kind of deal could we do? Again, we've got picks to burn. So that could be an interesting. I'm not wanting to pay too much for DJ Moore, Not really. So let's go and use Sean M. second round pick. Will we? And chuck in one of those fourths as well, because we've got loads of them to burn. Sean M. second round pick. Why will that not add? My goodness, come on. There we go. Add. And we have a ton of fourth round picks, so let's chuck in 2 of them, will we? Second and 2 fourths for a guy like DJ Moore would be pretty good. Pretty good. Just to add a nice little bit of class to the team, which we're sorely missing. So we have 4 trade offers out. We're looking at DJ Moore, Dak Prescott, Christian Kirk, and Michael Pittman Jr. All players whose values have significantly dipped. They're bargain bin buys for the price they were at the start of the year. Let's see if anyone accepts, with the big reduced sticker on them. Hopefully so. We've also put in a waiver wire claim on Traylon Burks. We set our team up. So that means we're going to flip over and have a look at the comments from last week. So let's see. Oh, Dustin's in the chat first. Let's have a little look. Dustin, what's up? I don't know if you have commented before, Dustin. I'm not sure. At least someone with a similar name has anyway. I have Amon-Ra St. Brown. Would it be worth treating him for 2025 first, second, and a 26 first? No. I would say no. When you have a guy like just because you're not going to get, it's very unlikely. Amon-Ra St. Brown's a top 5 wide receiver. You think you can get another top 5 wide receiver with the 25 first? I mean, Ted McMillan's the best receiver in there, but he's not going to be ranked ahead of Amon-Ra. 2026, unknown what the receivers are going to be like, but I don't think you can get in 2026. You can't get Ryan Williams, or you can't get any of these freshmen at the minute who are tearing it up. Like, what's the kid in Ohio State? Ryan Williams at Alabama, and I don't know why I'm blanking on the absolute elite kid from Ohio State. I would say no. When you have an elite player like Amon-Ra St. Brown, someone has to blow the doors off. You have to be getting, if it's super flex, you got to be getting an elite quarterback, or you got to be at least tearing down from Amon-Ra St. Brown and getting someone that you can be happy with, like Malik Neighbors plus, Marvin Harrison Jr. plus. You need another wide receiver in there. You can't just be rolling the dice when you've already won, right? You've won with Amon-Ra St. Brown. Take your chips and go home. Don't roll the dice again unless someone's going to throw in their house keys. You know what I mean? So I would hold on to Amon-Ra St. Brown for sure. My other wide receivers are Pickens, Kirk. Yeah, you need to hold. Yeah, that's St. Brown is miles ahead of those guys. Yeah, I would hold on that until someone throws their house keys in the middle and says they're betting the house on it. So yeah, I would hold at that price. Eric, I'd rather move on from Pickens personally. Oh, are you talking about Dustin's? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pickens, he's an interesting one, right? He's the kind of guy where you're like, he has all the tools. He's just a bit of a weird dude, right? Does he have it all between the ears? Don't know. Dustin, I'm third pick and might land McMillan. Yeah, but even if you do land McMillan, is he going to be as good as St. Brown? There's not a lot of players better than St. Brown. If you have the third pick already, like, and you can, like, do you mean you have the third pick already? You could stack up McMillan and St. Brown? That'd be sweet. That'd be really, really nice. Chris still has PTSD from drafting Burks at the 107. Yeah, that's literally the only reason why we're picking him up, is because he's a former first-round pick. Like, if there was a player with his production that was picked in the second round, I'm not touching him. Just because he was a former first-round pick, maybe someone else will give him a chance. Likelihood is no, but there is a small chance. Right, let's have a look. What were people saying last week? This is great. If you're watching right now, you're not watching live, don't worry. I still get to your comments. You can leave a comment below on YouTube, not on the X stream. I can catch you live on the X stream as well. If you're watching on X right now, you can still leave a comment. I can still see it, which is great. That's a new feature we've got here on StreamYard, which is lovely. But if you're watching after the fact on YouTube, obviously you've already hit a like button on this, right? Haven't you? You've already hit subscribe, right? Thank you so much for that. But you can also leave a comment, even if it's just something like this from Dylan. That's just really like that trade. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We all know comments are good for the algorithm as well, so that's always good. Yeah. Speaking about the trade, that was the Marshawn Lloyd, Trey Benson trade at the 2nd and 2/3. I love that trade as well. I love that trade. Garrett Bills. Darnold and Rashee Rice would be my targets on the trade block. I think Darnold will end up getting a gig somewhere and Rice will go up in value. Now, I'm pretty sure, but I will check. I am pretty sure that, one of the trades has been rejected. We did have 4 trades, didn't we? One of them's been rejected. So that's a shame. Which one was it? Pittman, Kirk, Prescott, DJ Moore. The DJ Moore one has been rejected. Oh, okay. As has Dak. We've seen that in real time. Not even a counter on that, really? Not even a counter. Oh, well. We still have Kirk and Pittman to Anselmo being sent down. Not even a counter for Dak. That's unfortunate. Okay. Who were you recommending? Sorry, I completely forgot Garrett. Yes, Rashee Rice. I'm prepared for this one because I'm almost certain that he is on, Darth Vader's team. No, that's Brendan Rice. Yeah, he is. I thought he was. Yeah. Nomad. I was at least prepared for that one because I remember that from previous years. But let's buying Sam Darnold now. I'm like, have I spelled Darnold wrong? No, I've not. Pitcairn's got Sam Darnold. I feel like right now we're buying Sam Darnold at his high point, and I just don't know how good an idea that is. I don't even know what to offer for him. I gotta be honest. Like, what is his value? Leave a comment in the chat, either live now if you want, or if you're watching now after the live stream has ended. What should we pay for Sam Darnold? Because I still definitely want to honor Garrett's opinion and Garrett's comment, and I do want to put a bid in. I just don't know what to put in. So Garrett, if you're watching, please let me know what's the bid for Sam Darnold, and I'll put it in. What's the bid? Because I have got no idea how to value this guy. I really don't have a clue. So let's flip back over here. Pick up Brock Wright. Sam Laporta is out. Yeah, I seen that too late. Seen it too late. How did Brock Wright end up doing? Let's have a little look. Did someone pick him up? No, they didn't. One catch, one touchdown. He's a blocker, right? He's a blocker. I don't really see, unless we were desperate. We have Dalton Schultz. I don't think we're too desperate for tight ends. He's a guy that if we were absolutely desperate, we would pick up. So I seen that too late, unfortunately, Garrett. Sorry, I should have seen that earlier. But yeah, we end up with Schultz, who did pretty well. If Higgins is out, put in Eovas. Higgins ended up crushing it, which is good. But yes, that would have been my move as well, Garrett, for sure. Well, I would have put in Eovas. David saying yes to the Lloyd Benson trade. Thank you, David. Worked out really well. Mark, I think we should try a buy low offer for Tank Dell. He hasn't been great this year. Yeah, true. He's broken his leg. Yep. As does, you're right. Take a little while. Maybe offer a probable later 26 second round pick and throw in a fourth or two. That sounds brilliant, Mark. Let's do literally that, shall we? So let's find Tank Dell and be sad when he's on Nomad's roster, probably. No, he's on one. Let's get one. He rejected another trade, shall we? Let's see if we can get him to reject this one live as well. So a second round pick that is not ours. So let's go Saitama's. I think he'll finish maybe the highest of those. And yeah, you're right. Throw in a couple of those fourth rounders too, shall we? There we go. For Tank Dell. I love it. Great pick. Tank Dell will be great to have on the team. Still a young guy. Lots of upside there. Stephon Diggs not going to be around forever. Love it. Cody saying, love the Benton and Lloyd trade. Ton of upside. Either one of those can get the nod. If Benton starts, Cardinals love to have a feature bell cow. Agreed. Yes. I think it's a great trade. Very happy. Yes, this was last week. Nick Westbrook-Akeen, I was getting confused with Amir Smith-Marset. I knew the double barrel. Yeah, I thought Westbrook-Akeen had been over the place. I think Smith-Marset ended up at the Titans as well. I couldn't quite remember his name, but yes, Amir Smith-Marset. Yeah, not a great player. John, that trade really helps you out. Nice work. Thank you. Young running backs upside. I would think about taking Malik Willis off waivers. Okay. Let's see. Is Malik still on there? Yeah, he's done pretty well, right? Yeah, CEH we could drop. All right, let's have a look at Malik Willis. If I spelled Willis right. Maybe not. There's a lot of Willises in here. Right. Malik. There's a lot of Malik. Oh, my goodness. There we go. Malik Willis. He's still in the waivers. Who do we drop for Burks? It was KJ Osborne, right? Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Yeah. He's a pretty obvious choice. Dalvin Cook. Dalvin might be cooked. Deuce Vaughn's getting more carries on him. So, yeah, he could be someone we drop for sure. But Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I don't know if he's ever going to play football again. He just doesn't seem right at all. So, let's go ahead. Malik Willis. Has he done enough to get a starting job somewhere else? Maybe. Jordan Love's been a bit banged up as well. So, yeah, I think that's a good guy just to add to the squad for sure, John. Good idea. What else have you said? Khalif Raymond. Yeah. All cuttable. Yep. Big picture. 2 questions. 1, do you want to try to have a competitive team in 25? As competitive as possible. And the QB position. That's huge, right? What the hell are we going to do about the QB position? Because we don't have a lot. Just a quick check. I'm getting a little message from StreamYard about potential audio issues. You guys still hear me okay? Just give me a little yes or a little comment in the chat. Hopefully all is fine. But yeah, can you still hear me okay? Let's see. We got a couple of comments up here. Let's see. Eric saying, just take McMillan and go pick on a wide receiver needy team. Yeah, that's good advice for Dustin for sure. Yeah, you're for sure buying high on Amon-Ra St. Brown. Neil saying here, fine. Good. Thank you, Neil. Good. I'm glad. Yeah, it was a little message from StreamYard saying there was an issue with the audio, but I'm glad we're all good. Dustin, Eric saying that's what I'll do. McNeil, yeah, definitely McMillan for sure. He's an absolute stud. He's surely going to be QB with someone else. Yeah, this is Sam Darnold. He must be, right? He must be. I just don't know what to pay for him. How do you value Dalton Schultz? He's a pretty good player. He's nothing special. He's in that tight end like mush, right? Easily replaceable. I don't even know. Late second round pick for Dalton Schultz. If someone offered me a second round pick for Dalton Schultz, I'd be happy enough, especially in this team. Don't see him with too much long-term value, especially on that Texas team with so many weapons to go around. So, yeah. Draft QBs, trade for the rest. Yeah. This year, we are quite lucky because this year's QB class, not the best. We do have a second round pick. There's a small chance we can get a QB that slides to the second that we could pick up and see how it goes. 2026, though, there's a chance. It's not set in stone, but that Arch Manning train is coming. And we will probably have the 1-1. And he'll certainly be the 1-1. So that could be a cornerstone player in 26. It's going to be hard to fix the quarterback issues outside of the draft because they are so expensive. As Chris said, they're just so overpriced. But we have three or four. We definitely have at least 3 first-round picks in 2026. That's pretty nice. So if we can get Arch Manning, we could get Jalen Milroe if he stays. We could. Don't know. So there's a chance. Audio is good. Thanks, Chris. Thank you. Let's see. Neil asking, interested to hear thoughts on Shadur in super flex drafts. Where would he rank in the 2024 class? Interesting. So Shadur Sanders, really good pocket passer. In terms of the 2024 class, I would say fourth. Definitely would have been behind Caleb as a prospect. Definitely behind Jaden Daniels as a prospect. Definitely behind Drake May as a prospect. But you could definitely see him being put ahead of Bo Nix and Michael Penix Jr. and JJ McCarthy. 4th. Seems about right to me. Seems about right in terms of the other classes. He's a really good pocket passer. Hopefully he can go into a system where they use his assets really well. I think he's ready to be an NFL quarterback as well. He shouldn't take too much adjusting especially to the bright lights and the sounds. Like he's good to go. He's not going to be affected or phased for anything. Does Arch Manning really come out after saying, yeah, that's the only thing, right? That's it. We can cross your fingers, cross your toes, because we could use him. We could use him. He looked great when he was filling in. When he was filling in this year, he looked really, really good. So hopefully he can. But yeah, we'll see. Chris with a little train emoji. Yes, absolutely. All aboard the Shadur train, Chris? I'm not sure. Dustin. Hello, welcome back, Dustin. Drafted Penix. Do you think he'll play anytime soon? If Kirk Cousins plays the way he did last week, he'll play in a few weeks. But yeah. Other QBs are Dak and Geno. Or should I take a flyer in the second round in the QB? I love taking little flyers on quarterbacks. If he comes out, which I think he definitely will, I really like Jackson Dart in the second round this year. Jackson Dart really reminds me, if you've been watching Ole Miss this year, I can't not see Jalen Hurts when I watch Jackson Dart play. Even the way he runs, his throwing, everything's very, very similar. So Jackson Dart, like literally dart throw by name and by nature, he's someone I'm going out and I'm going to take a couple of punts on in the second round for sure. It's a really deep running back class, so you'll get a pretty good running back in the second round. You could end up, if you're lucky, with a guy like Caleb Johnson in the second round, depending on what happens. So it's just, if you got a running back you like, go for it. If not, take a punt on that quarterback, because second round picks, man, they're so difficult to hit on. Like the last few weeks, I've just been saying second round picks, it's kind of like a third round pick with lipstick on. You're really struggling to get a player that's going to be a long-term asset for your team. So why not swing big and go for a quarterback? Their second round picks are more useful for trading for players than they are actually drafting players, in my opinion. At least that's what any kind of historical data has shown anyway. All right, where are we? King Rex. Possible trade targets. Drake May. We've tried already. Wanty will not give us Drake May. Rashee Rice, sadly, is on Nomad's team. Isaiah Likely. All right. Let's see if we can go after Isaiah Likely, shall we? Let's have a look. Let's switch over. Share this tab. And let's see if Nomad's got Isaiah Likely as well. Chadley's got Isaiah Likely. All right. He's looked pretty good. Even with Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely's looked pretty good. And he's quite young as well. Is this where we use Dalton Schultz? We talked about his value. This could be where we use Dalton Schultz here, and a little throw in again using these fourth round picks. We need rid of them. So would that be enough? Dalton Schultz and 2 fourth? That does not seem like enough for Isaiah Likely. That doesn't seem enough. I wonder if we would get a counter for that. I wonder. Let's see, Eric, is Milroe still a first round in rookie draft if he's drafted outside of the first round in real life? Great question. I'm thinking back to Jalen Hurts. And I think he was a second round rookie pick. That's maybe where you'll see him go. Depending on where he goes, though, it could really be worth taking a shot on Jalen Milroe. He could end up somewhere, though, like the Seahawks, where he'll sit, learn from Geno, maybe not play the first year, maybe not even the second year. So then you're thinking, do I want to spend a first round pick on that? Kind of like what happened Michael Penix this year, where you've seen him slide to the second. So I think yes, but there's no way he'll be a late first, early second type of player. If he slides even further, then you got a Malik Willis in your hands and he's going to drop into the third round. Like he just has to. I think I'd be luckier with second rounds than first the last few seasons. Yeah, some of these first round picks have been absolutely horrendous as well. So that's not even a guaranteed thing either. I don't think this offer is going to get it done. I'm going to send it out anyway. It's a cheat. It's one that you might get a counter We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully we get a King Rex. CJ saying smash accept on the Lloyd Benson trade. People are loving this trade. That's great. What do you think? Yes, Kyle was like, yes. Smith Marset, absolutely. Wanty's so glad he picked up his QBs are depleted. Comment aged like milk. Yeah, exactly. It did. Yeah, especially with Cooper Rush on our team getting -4 points. What about a buy low for Kimani Vidal? All right. How has he done when he's played? How has he actually done whenever he's played? Sorry, I forgot to share the... Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Rob saying, how about a buy low on Kimani Vidal? And then CJ saying the age milk. Right, let's have a look at Kimani Vidal. I think that's the last comment on the video, is it? Yeah, so let's go ahead and have a look for Vidal. He's probably sitting on someone's taxi squad. He's on Nathaniel's taxi squad. Let's check. He's 23 years old. Oh, wow. He's done nothing. Nothing. Healthy scratch. Hassan Haskins is ahead of him. I mean, do we even bother? Like, if he's not making the team ahead of Hassan Haskins, that's bad. Rob, I'm like, do we maybe stick a pin in that and see if he makes it back in the squad? If he can't beat out Hassan Haskins, that he's doomed. And he's 23. It's not like he's a 20-year-old like Braylon Allen. He's 23. Can't beat out Hassan Haskins. That's worrying. I'm not even sure I would spend a fourth on him. Like, I'd maybe rather take a flyer on a fourth round, someone else. Rob, I'm going to stick a pin in it. I'm going to write it on top of my notes here. Vidal check-in. All right. Unless, if anyone in the comments is like, definitely put it in. If we get someone else to say, yeah, you should definitely be going out and buying Vidal for a fourth or whatever, please let me know. But I'll check in on him next week, see if he's able to beat out Hassan Haskins, because if he can't do that, it's just all waste of time. All right. Chris, what you got for us? Would you spend a 25-second on Chino? Yeah, absolutely. Even just for this year. Gino's been killing it. If you need 25 seconds to win a championship, yeah, what's that? Nothing. It'll probably be a late second if you want to buy Gino. But he's, I think, a shorter term player still. What age is Gino? He's a bit older, isn't he? He's a bit older. Cool. The Ring of Death. Anyone ever have an Xbox 360? Right? You see that? The Ring of Death. Yeah, he's 34. Yeah, second round pick. QB 11 on the year. Yeah, second round pick for a starting quarterback. Take that all day. All right, we've got nothing new coming in from what I can see. I think I've gone through all of the comments as well. I'll just check. Have we got any messages from anybody? Let's see. Pitcairn was saying he wasn't digging the JSN trades. All right. So Pitcairn was saying that we can work out a deal for JSN, but he wasn't liking the picks. Sorry, let me share this actually with you, right? So here, sure can, but he's not digging the picks. So let's pick up on this next week, shall we? Sadly, though, since we originally wanted to buy JSN, he's kind of exploded a little bit. So we were right to go out and target him. It's just a bit like Pitcairn's been busy. He's not been able to get to it. And JSN's, exploded since then. So his value has gone up. So he's not that ideal, buy low, unfortunately, at this stage. And I believe Wanty has said something as well. I'm pretty sure he just said, I'm good. Basically a second for Tank. He doesn't want... Okay. I'm not paying... I don't think we should pay more than that. Anyway. And then he also he also said he just doesn't like selling injured players in terms of Dak. So we're not going to get Dak if he doesn't like selling injured players. So yeah, he doesn't like. He has said that before. He doesn't like selling low on players, which is fair enough. What about trying to get Pearsall? He has looked really good. I agree. Let's make that our last target of the day, shall we? Because I think we're just over an hour here. So let's share this tab over again and find good old Ricky Pearsall. Pearsall. He's on Nathaniel's record. What could we do? We could get Kimani Vidal as a throw-in. That might be the best way to get Vidal. Yeah, second round pick. See if first. Hold on. Let me just see. I'm just checking where he drafted him. He drafted him in the second. Okay. Okay. Ricky Pearsall. 4. Do we have his second? We don't. Saitama's second. And again, we got 4ths to burn. Let's give him his 4th back. And another one. Okay. That'll be a great deal. We got that done. I don't think he'll do it, but again, sometimes I just like setting out offers with the hope of getting a counter. And we can work from there. So if we got Ricky Pearsall, that'll be a pretty sweet deal. I agree, Chris. So we have 5 trades out at the minute. Ricky Pearsall, Isaiah Likely, Tank Dell, Christian Kirk, and Michael Pittman. All, hopefully, all things going well, one of them will end up joining our team. That would be ideal. Thank you so much for tuning in once again, everybody. If you have not already, please hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you're not already. And of course, drop a comment. Would love to hear from you, especially those guys who've been watching this whole time. You never dropped a comment just to check in. Always great to hear from the listeners. Guys, that's it for this week. I'll see you same time next week on another episode of the Worst Team Ever. At least the worst team for now. Because everyone, I want you to remember that greatness isn't born. It's built. I'll see you next time.